Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 15 of our Arsenal Save. It's the final episode of our first season at the club, and it is a chance to add 2 more trophies to the cabinet. Last episode, if you haven't seen it, go back because we won the Premier League at Spurs. As an Arsenal fan, or as an Arsenal team, as an Arsenal manager in my case, I'm imagining that is pretty much as good as it gets. But we're going to play Manchester City in the FA Cup final today. They, of course, if you look here, smacked us 5-1 when we played them in the Premier League last time, so we've got a little bit of revenge for that, as well as lift ourselves a trophy. Then we go all the way to Azerbaijan to play Lazio in the Europa League Cup final. Europa League final. And yeah, so as I said, we can add a little bit of European fairy dust to what's been a pretty good domestic season so far. Now, what I meant to mention last episode, and I forgot, was we have had a youth intake of players. Now, what I like to do with the computer-generated names is name them after you. If we're going to have just random names, I'd rather it be, with the guys that are watching the channel and supporting me. So, if you have a player here that you see, Ian Byrne is looking pretty good, I might say, as a youth intake prospect. Let me know. Either leave me a comment at AussieVillain on Twitter if you don't already follow me on Twitter. Obviously, they look to do that, but drop me a line and we can look to get these new guys renamed after you. And that way, you can see yourself in an Arsenal shirt, maybe one day lifting the Champions League trophy as well. But let's have a look at the team we're sending out to play Manchester City in the FA Cup final first of all. And it's a familiar team, isn't it? It's essentially the strongest team we have. It's Leno in goal. It's Tierney, Mustafi, Socrates and Bellerin across the back. Xhaka and Milinkovic-Savic in midfield. Smith-Rowe, who's been really, really impressive the last few games, with Adobe providing the width, who's been just as impressive. Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang. If you haven't seen last episode, he had a rough game. Hopefully he will improve. Alright, I hope everybody's dressed appropriately for Wembley. And if you do need a quick refresher as to what happened to Aubameyang last game, he basically missed 2 penalties against Spurs and got hauled off in disgrace. Alright, CPOL says make sure to do it for the supporters. It's a final, it's a big game. I always just think, don't put pressure on your performance. I think I like that. Some calm, we have faith. Don't need to put any more pressure on the team. They know it's a big game. So let's just send them out there and hopefully come back with a trophy. Yeah, Manchester City, they destroyed us, didn't they, last time? So this could go anyway. I hope that I've prepared the team well. We're sitting at a little bit back, a little bit deeper line, so hopefully that will... The problem I feel like with City is that if you push up, they can go over the top because they're pacey, and if you sit deep, then they'll just sit outside your 18-yard box and pass you to death. There's a good ball for Aubameyang. Can he? I'm really worried about how he's going to respond to last game. I'm hoping it'll be good. It will just sort of pick up where he had left off the rest of the season. But let's see what comes of this. Milinkovic-Savic knocks it in. It's a good one. Mkhitaryan! Is he onside? He is! There's the opening goal. 4 minutes in, and we've taken an early lead in the FA Cup final. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. The Arsenal fans, look at them over here, going ballistic. The manager's going ballistic, jumping up and down in my suit. I hate wearing suits. I'm so uncomfortable. I cannot describe that to you guys. It's absolutely horrid. I'm lucky enough that in my day job I don't have to wear suits. So I only have it basically for weddings and funerals. That's the only time I wear this. Come on, boys. Let's get creative here. Claudio Bravo in goal. So I wonder what's happened to Edison. Let's not worry about that though. Good header from Tierney. Cut in well, didn't he? Read that nicely. And stopped any danger. Oh, Iwobi's done well to get to that. Keep it in play. Alright, come on, boys. Come on, boys. That's a good ball, isn't it? Well defended. It looked like Mkhitaryan maybe just got pulled out of that, but it's all okay. Can we win this? We can. This is good pressure. We're not letting them get out. Come on, Socrates. What's he got for us? Come on. Makes me nervous when they have the ball. It's in behind again for Aguero. Maybe we're not sitting deep enough and he's missed it. Oh, we've got away with one there. I don't want to sit any deeper than we are because we're just inviting them to have the ball then, aren't we? So let's give it a demand more here when we can. It's not going to be quite here. They're pushing up on us. They don't want us to play out the back. We don't want them to play out the back. It's really it's an interesting game in that sense, isn't it? Here's Iwobi. Can he get across him? We've got Aubameyang in there. He's checked back, and I thought we were going to lose the ball there, but we've done well. Milinkovic-Savic. Could not quite get that under the bar. I think he's been a good signing for us, Milinkovic-Savic. Let's demand more here. I should say, too, at the end of this episode, win, lose, or draw the cup finals will be our end of season awards. We'll sort of have a look at how the team's done through the year, sort of the stats. Spoiler alert, Aubameyang's going to be top goal scorer unless something goes wonderfully right for Lacazette in these next two games. But given that he's on the bench, it's unlikely. There's a cracking ball for Aubameyang. Can he put the horrors of Spurs behind him? Oh, yes he can! That's 2-0 in the cup final. Aubameyang's back on form, 44th goal of the season. And if he had scored those 2 penalties against Spurs, he'd be a chance of 50. An outside chance, granted, but he'd be on 46 league goals, or 46 goals, sorry. Another goal here, hat-trick in the Europa League Final, and he could have done it, but that's, bygones be bygones kind of thing. All right, let's not go and give this goal straight back to them, please. Defend the corner, it's in a good spot, and it's a header, and it is a goal. Looks like Leno came for that, didn't get there. And it was a little bit of a gift for Otamendi, wasn't it? He couldn't really miss. Yeah, I mean, Leno probably shouldn't have come for that. And there we go. They've actually probably been the better team. We've scored from our only 2 shots on target. Let's give it a show some passion here. The good thing is that Aubameyang looks like he's rebounded, so that's good. He's not sulking, which was a risk. Let's see if we can extend our lead again just before half-time here. Mkhitaryan's turned really well there. He's cut into the box for Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe for Savic. Back for Xhaka. We've still got time here. This is good pressure, just moving them around. Tierney's forward. Can he pick a man out in the box? Can he pick someone out? Go, son, go! Oh, off the bar. Was it a save? Are we going to get counter-attacked? No, Mustafi's there. Mustafi and Socrates are a good little partnership back there. And that's a good ball for Tierney. Can he square it back? Kieran Tierney, Awobi, Mkhitaryan! I think that's his second of the game. He got the first one. Yes, it is. Henrik Mkhitaryan. Mesut, who, honestly, he has been absolutely amazing. He got off to a little bit of a slow start to this. He was horrible, let's face it. He was not good early on in the season, but he has, since Mesut Ozil got injured, become the heartbeat of this team. It's been absolutely incredible. It's a cracking ball for Tierney. He's pulled it back and just looking for a man in space. That's a really, 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 really good goal. 3-1 at halftime. It's a great cup final, isn't it? Great one for the neutrals. And Henrik Mkhitaryan, take a bow, son. Take a bow. That is wonderful stuff. Now, Smith Rowe's not having a good game. He's on a booking. We have Olsen on the bench. That might be a change we need to consider. 3 shots on target, 3 goals. Claudio Bravo... calling him Bravio again. Claudio Bravo is not having a good day, is he? We're going to say don't get complacent. I might say it assertively. We will tell Smith Rowe not to get yourself sent off. And to be honest, we might look at taking him off. Bellerin's looking stressed out. Take a chill pill, brother. You are fine. You are fine. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I think Smith Rowe might be one to take off. It is important here not to concede the next goal, especially early on, because 3-2 doesn't... That makes me nervous, if I'm honest. Not a fan of 3-2. Unless it's our way. If we were to get 2 more goals, we'll let City have 1 back. But yeah, okay. Smith Rowe is not. He's on a booking and he's not playing particularly well. It's the booking that's making me nervous more than the performance, to be honest. So we'll bring Olsen on. Can we clear this, please? Oh, is that over the bar? It's a goal kick. I'm wondering if we might need to work on defending set pieces and corners before the Lazio game, actually. So there's our change taking place. I have been impressed with Olsen since we signed him. There is a lot of young wingers in Arsenal. There always is, isn't there? That's a cracking ball for Aubameyang. He's done a little pirouette. Can he finish it off? Oh, he's gone for the dink and missed. The pirouette was pushing it, going for a dink in that situation. I really would have just liked him to, just score it, please. Another set piece to defend. De Bruyne knocks it in. It's headed away. The way that screen jutted, then I thought we were going to concede a penalty. Olsen, what can he do? Just keep the ball, mate. Just keep the ball. Well done. Milinkovic, Savic. Back to Olsen. Olsen's gone long. That wasn't what was needed. Jesus on the ball. We can't get to that. We're in a bit of trouble here. We've turned Bellerin every which way. Headed away. It's there. Well done. It's still trouble, though. And Milinkovic-Savic does the job. Now Aubameyang's in here. No one catches him when he's in space. Can he finish it this time? Aubameyang! He could still get 50 goals this season. It needs, what, 6... Maybe not 6 goals, but it's a hat-trick and he'll go close. Let's see what we can do here. Olsen's got the ball. He scored from this area before, but not on this occasion. We're playing well. I'm going to praise them, which sometimes Zach has picked up an injury. Okay, so let's take him off. He's playing a deep line playmaker. I think I'd rather Aaron Ramsey than Guendouzi in that role, so we'll do that. I feel like since Milinkovic-Savic has come in, Ramsey has kind of become a bit of a periphery player, and he doesn't deserve that. He was really good for us the first half of the year. So, that's not really what we wanted though, Mr. Ramsey. Sane's put in a good ball there for Aguero. Aguero's not going to miss twice, is he? Oh, good save from Leno, and Tierney saves the corner as well. Pressure is still on though. Kyle Walker retrieves that. Oh, it's been a really good game, hasn't it? I would prefer it be a little bit more boring at this point, if I'm honest. Ramsey's made up for his mistake there. He's cut that out well and found a teammate. Can we counter-attack? I'm wondering if we're getting to the point of the game where we take Tierney and Bellerin off being wingbacks. That's a good ball for Aubameyang! What a cracking pass from Olsen. I said he's been impressive when he's played, and that is like just example number 1 right there. Exhibit A. I present you, Lord Justice of the Court. I don't know what they call judges here. Probably just Your Honour. But look at this pass. This is absolutely stunning. Aubameyang in between the two defenders, and he doesn't make it. That's 45 goals this season. There's still time to go here. We'll keep our fullbacks going forward and wonder if we can get Aubameyang up to that 50-goal mark. Those 2 penalties against Spurs, they're going to cost him it, aren't they? They are going to cost him 50 goals this season, which is really disappointing, but the good news is, everybody, we can start celebrating because we are going to lift the FA Cup. That's a domestic double. Tierney! Oh! Was it? No. Well, I thought maybe it got a deflected over the bar, but it wasn't to be. Let's give them one last praise. If we can get a 5th, it does really make up for the league, doesn't it? Because, we've matched them goal for goal. But as it is, given that we went on to win the league title anyway, we'll take that defeat in the league and we will raise them an FA Cup win. There it is. It's been a really, really good end to the season, hasn't it? For the 2nd episode in a row, Championes rings out from the Arsenal fans. And can we now go and do the poor man's treble by winning the Europa League? We've dominated that game. Look at that, attacking-wise. They've had a little bit more of the ball, but that's okay. We can deal with that. A passionate, well done, boys. And on we go to Lazio. There we go. We lift the FA Cup. We do the domestic double. It's a shame about the Carabao Cup now, isn't it, in a way? Xhaka, 9 to 11 days. He's going to be touch and go for that cup final. Yeah, he might be okay, but that's going to be a little bit tight. Maybe just one for the bench on that occasion. But we'll deal with that, guys, when we get to it. Wait, right there. We have a Europa League final coming right up. Okay, welcome back. We're in Baku, I think. Baku? We're in Azerbaijan, ready for the Europa League final against Lazio. You can see we are favourites. We're in good form. Let's see what we can do. This is the team we're sending out. It's the team. It is our team. It's which makes sense, doesn't it? But it's Leno in goal, Tierney, Mustafi, Socrates, and Bellerin. Xhaka is fit, so he starts with Milinkovic-Savic in midfield. Awobi and Smith Rowe provide the width. Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang through the middle. Come on, this is it. This is the end, potentially, of a great, great season. Now, a little bit of news from in between the 2 games there. Peter Cech and Lichtsteiner both retiring at the end of this game. So, it'd be good to send them out. They haven't really featured for us too much this season, have they? I started with Peter Cech in Europe, but we just ended up, we'll say, ignore the media, go out there and play an actual game. But we ended up just sticking with Leno because he was doing a really good job, and it became obvious that Cech was going to be leaving, maybe not retiring, but his contract was up. But hopefully we'll send him out the winner along with Lichtsteiner. And of course, Welbeck as well. His contract is up, but we're not renewing him. I just don't think it's going to happen. He wants too much money for someone that's not playing that much. As I've said before, I'd rather give his limited game time to some young kids that have really, really high potential to arguably be better than him anyway. So that's what's likely going to happen there. So it's the last time we'll see Welbeck as well, which is, he's done well for us this year. Let's not beat around the bush there, but, we can do better, I think. It's headed in, it's headed away, it's still there for us. Milinkovic-Savic! Against his old club as well, because he did come, of course, from Lazio. He has belted that into the roof of the net. Absolutely belted that into the roof of the net. And, of course, last season, he wouldn't have been able to play. It's only this year that UEFA's changed the rules that you can be registered in a squad in the same competition. So, 12 months ago, this goal would have been impossible. But look at this. Just on the volley. That is a cracking finish, isn't it? That's an absolute belter. So perfect start so early in the game. Let's give him a get creative here, see if we can put this game to bed nice and early. But clearly Milinkovic-Savic is up for this one, playing as an 8 already. Bellerin throws it in for Savic, man of the moment. What can he do? It's not a good pass. That's not a good pass. Is he going to go and give that goal away that he's just got for us? Immobile's there. We've got to watch that man coming into the box. Socrates has headed that away, and it's come back in. That's a little bit special as well. Yeah, definitely some good goals to open this game up. That was quite nice. Speaking of good goals, there will of course be a goals of the season. It'll be a separate episode to this. I will try and remember to put a little clicky thing at the top corner there towards the end of this episode, so you can go and watch that if you want to as well. But you can be able to vote for your favourite. There'll be a little poll at the end. So yeah. There'll be some more good goals than that, hopefully. And let's hope that we don't see any more good goals from Lazio in this one. We're dominating the game in terms of possession anyway, but chances have been limited, haven't they? Tierney with another corner, knocks this one in. That's not his best, and that's headed away. Can he get another ball in? Xhaka, what can he do? To Mustafi retreating. Milinkovic-Savic, probably a bit too far out to shoot from there. Going in for a Iwobi. Back for Milinkovic-Savic. Come on, boys. This is patient. I like it. Just probe away. Can he get a cross in? He can. It's into the mixer. It's headed away, though. It's fallen for Xhaka. Back to Iwobi. We're building again. We're just moving them around. I don't hate this. Oh, that's a cracking from Tierney. What a save from the keeper. Speaking of goals of the season, I think we've just been denied it there, because that would have been a definite contender for goal of the season. Tierney now from the corner. Knocks it into a good area. And a Aubameyang over the bar. Not his best effort, that one. Alright, another highlight. It's constant, isn't it? It is a winner. Yes. Can we win that? We can't. Or can we? We are going to get to there with Bellerin. Can he launch a counter-attack for us? Smith Rowe should be ahead of him there somewhere. He's taking it on all comers, though, Bellerin. He's going to get to the byline. Can he get across? This will be a wonderful assist. It's headed away, though. And now it's Lazio's turn to come forward. Can we get to that? We can with Mustafi. I can't remember if I mentioned it or just thought I was going to mention it. Socrates has signed a new contract in between games as well. He was bitching about wanting a new contract and then was complaining when I said wait till the end of the year. So I just offered him a new contract. So that's fine. Because like I was saying in the cup final, that's a good ball for Aubameyang. Oh, he's having a Spurs game, I think. Oh, Mustafi and Socrates are doing really, really well for us at the back. So if we can keep that together, then that's fine. It's costing us a lot of money in wages, but... Oh, no. Come on. Good save from Leno. We just need to wake up a little bit here. We are not dominating this game as I would like. I've got to remember, Lazio, they're a good team, aren't they? I mean, was it 8-1? They beat Villarreal in the other semi, so... They're not shy in front of goal, and their defensive record isn't too shabby either, so... We've got to bear that in mind here. This is a tough game. Let's give it a demand more here when we can. We've got to defend the corner here first. Can we get to that, please? It's in a good area. It's headed away from Socrates. Mustafi retrieves and goes up early for Iwobi. Now, can he turn it into space? No. Well marshalled there. Iwobi into Milinkovic-Savic up to Mkhitaryan. Here's a chance now. They've got a lot of men back, though, don't they? It's going to take something a little bit special to unlock that defence. We know Mkhitaryan's capable of it. We've seen it. Come on, Tierney. What can we do? A lot of men forward. Back post. Smith Rowe! Oh! I thought that was in. It's missed the post by millimetres. It must have grazed it on its way through, surely. I mean, it's difficult to be unhappy with how this game's going. You can see we're getting shots. They're just not on target. Give it a get creative. Mkhitaryan's looking nervous. He's been so good all year. Another chance from a corner. Aubameyang! That's on... Oh, keeper couldn't hold it, but it is cleared away by the defender. Xhaka's looking tired. You'd expect that he was sort of fighting to get fit for this. We do have a few options on the bench. Apparently we can have 12 subs for some reason for this game. So Ramsey's on the bench, obviously, but so is Torreira. And I can't remember if Guendouzi's on there as well. He is. So we have plenty of options in midfield. We might look to make one of those subs early-ish second half if Xhaka's looking tired. Can we put pressure on him here? We can. Savic just picked up that loose pass. Shoot! 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 Oh! Just wonder if it's going to be one of those days for us where it doesn't quite go in. Come on, right on the stroke of half-time. Tierney knocks it in. It's a good one. Aubameyang just over the bar as well. Oh, we've come so close on so many occasions, and we just can't get that winning goal, or that go-ahead goal in any case. So after that start, it has gone a little bit wrong, hasn't it? Not wrong, but not as well as we would have liked. We'll say we're far from pleased. Let's see here. We'll fill these guys with a little bit of faith that haven't reacted, even though they're not playing particularly well. If we've told the team they're not playing well, there's no point then telling an individual that you're not playing well either. You're just basically bagging them out twice. But those extra talks haven't really worked in any case, so what do I know? Changes. Tactically, I don't think we need to do necessarily too much because we are dominating the game. Another corner. Can we do something from this one? Back post. Mustafi down for... Oh, Milinkovic-Savic is he offside? He's not offside. Socrates celebrates his new contract with a goal in the cup final. Early goals in each half. Now, can we hang on to this lead? That is the big question. That was a little bit scrappy, wasn't it? It's a good ball to the back post. Headed down for Savic, who, let's be fair, got another stunning strike away. The keeper saved it onto the head of Socrates. I'd like to see the offside. Is this it here? I think that must have been... Oh, there's a man on the post. But he's still... That should still be offside, I think. Because the keeper is an outfield player in that situation. I think that's offside. We got away with one there. As I understand the rules. Because it's the second last man. It's usually the last man is in defender because the goalkeeper's behind him. But I think he was offside there. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Mkhitaryan's not having a good game and he is looking nervous. And I think I praised them last time, didn't I? Let's give it maybe a demand more here. Milinkovic-Savic is playing well. Kieran Tierney's playing well. That's all pretty much from corners, isn't it? Alright, changes. Granit Xhaka, his condition is sort of stabilising there. Let's give it a get creative. It's all Tierney and Milinkovic-Savic. Another corner from Kieran Tierney. Knocks it in. It's easy for the keeper, that one. I'm thinking what we might do, given the situation of the game, is we might just put these guys back to fullbacks rather than wingbacks. Granit Xhaka is looking tight. We're in front, so I'm thinking we're going to go with a more defensive change with Torreira. We'll play him as a deep line playmaker, that's fine. Yeah. We don't need to... I'd like to win this game more comfortably, but we only need to win by a goal. So we don't need to do anything silly. We'll just try and play sensibly here. Fresh legs in midfield for Granit Xhaka. Of course, like I say, he was pushing this game anyway. I didn't think he was going to get to it when he picked up that knock in the cup final. I've got to say, I'm enjoying this cup final a lot more, certain comfort-wise, not having to be in a suit. Not that I had to be in a suit, but you know, you got to play the part, don't you? Manager at Wembley. It'd be disrespectful not to suit up. Here's Aubameyang. Can he pick a pass here? He can. It's a good shot! Oh, it's just over for Mkhitaryan. If these goals were, 6 inches bigger, we would have had a couple of extra goals this game. Just can't quite hit the target. Another highlight. That should be easy for Tierney. Pick your pass, mate. There we go. Well done. Kieran Tierney's had a good year, hasn't he? Let me know who you think. We'll get to the end of season awards after this game, but who you think our player of the season is. I mean, it's going to be Aubameyang, isn't it? 45 odd goals, whatever he has. But certainly, I mean, outside of Aubameyang, Kieran Tierney's had quite a good year. So was Bellerin. There's a good ball in. Back post. Awobi! And that is now the poor man's treble, Premier League, FA Cup, and of course, the Europa League. Though poor man's treble probably would have the Carabao Cup instead of the FA Cup, wouldn't it? So we're at sort of a middle-class treble. Let's go with that. Or working... anyway. You insert your own analogy there, but it's not the treble, but it's not bad either. That's a good ball in from Bellerin, and Iwobi's done really well to win that header against there's 3 defenders in there. Maybe they got in each other's way and helped us out a little bit. Let's give them some praise for that. Let's be sentimental here. We have 2 subs to make. Lichtstein is retiring. Let's bring him on for Bellerin. And Peter Cech's been a good servant for the club, hasn't he? So we'll wait till it's more certain that we're not going to let them back in the game. Aubameyang, it's there again, and it is another goal for Socrates. Oh, he loves his new contract. He's gone and scored 2 goals. That is his 6th goal of the season. So he did get a few early on. He hasn't scored for a while though, good old Socrates. But we've exploded in the end of this game, and that is job done. What we'll do now, we'll let the old man Peter Cech off. We'll send him off with a last appearance in the in the Europa League Final. Danny Welbeck, he can just leave. He had his moment in the FA Cup, didn't he? He's not retiring either. He's just going on to most likely MLS. I will give you guys the option though. Do we re-sign Danny Welbeck? What do you think? Let me know. I don't necessarily think it's worth it, but if you guys think it is, I can re-sign him. And for the 2nd time this episode, the Championes rings out from the Arsenal fans. 3rd time in 2 episodes that we've won a trophy. This has been a wonderful end to the season. In the end, it's comfortable. 4-1 and 4-1 in the 2 finals. But certainly this final was not comfortable, was it? That was anything but. They gave us a really, really good game. So it's a passionate, well done, lads. Enjoy the success. Enjoy your summer, and let's move on. We lift, well, the Euro Cup. It's the Europa League. We know what it is, don't we? A victorious Arsenal complete a famous treble. Don't know if it's famous, but it's certainly a treble. A little bit of cash in the bank for that as well. I'm sure the boys at Aussie Villain Fan TV would be thrilled with that. We might catch up with them next season, I think. They're still recovering from their Premier League party, I think. But that was very, very nice. Guys, wait right there. We'll be back for our end of season awards. Okay, and here we go. End of season awards. I always enjoy these. I don't know why. I guess I'm a nerd like that. I don't know. But anyway, Aubameyang, player of the season. That was pretty obvious, wasn't it? Mustafi and Socrates are 2 central defenders. Again, I think they deserve that. They've done really well. Goal of the season. Now, of course, as I said, you will be able to vote. There'll be a separate episode. I'll do a end of season goal compilation, and we'll get to vote for our favourite. The game's given the Aaron Ramsey goal against Huddersfield, the goal of the season. You will, of course, be able to vote up there. There's the link for the to watch the extra video, and like I say, you'll be able to vote at the end. Olsen, signing of the season. Now, does this go? I've never been able to be sure if this goes off value for money or if it's sort of the best signing. For 2.5 million, he has been a really good signing. In terms of actual on-field performance, I think Kieran Tierney and Milinkovic-Savic, certainly Kieran Tierney, we've had him for the whole year, has been done really, really well. But I see in the team of the year that there's a bit of a surprise there at left wing for me. But Bellerin was the young player of the year again. Is he a young player? I'm not convinced he is, but he did play really, really well. Now, team of the year. Now, we did change formation, so we've gone with, it looks like the initial formation that we had. Leno in goal, I think that's a no-brainer. Holding, Socrates and Mustafi, they were the 3 that played in this formation for us. So that's, again, in context, fair enough. Bellerin at left or right wing back, absolutely. Kolasinac, though, over Tierney, not for me. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm just biased, but I think that Kieran Tierney deserves that. Xhaka and Torreira in midfield. I mean, you could have picked, Ramsey, Milinkovic-Savic. I don't think we've had a bad midfielder, to be honest. Mesut Ozil in behind Aubameyang and Lacazette. Yes, absolutely in this formation. I think, given the way the season ended up, Mkhitaryan can be a little bit unlucky to not be in there, but I think overall, Mesut Ozil does deserve that. Look at our stats, 45 goals, Aubameyang, our top goal scorer, absolutely magnificent stuff. Average rating, again, Aubameyang 7.68, Mesut Ozil, 18 assists, considering he missed the last, 2 or 3 months of the year. That is not bad at all. Best cast completion, Torreira, 89% is pretty good as well. Aubameyang, 12 Man of the Match awards is their highest. Now, when you're scoring 45 odd goals, you're going to get a few Man of the Match awards to go with that, aren't you? Torreira, 11 yellow cards, tops that out. Red cards shared around between Guendouzi, Mustafi, and Emil Smith-Rowe. Doesn't really matter, does it? It's just a red card. In terms of season in review, we won the Premier League, we won the Euro Cup, we won the FA Cup. Lost in the 4th round to Derby. I mean, what a way. Look back on that now. that's disappointing, isn't it? Match of the season, the 6-3 against Crystal Palace. I mean, we've had some good wins, haven't we? But that would, I mean, the 5-0. Let's stop there for a second, actually. We're Arsenal. We beat Spurs 5-0 in the derby. That is the game of the season. That's it. Moment to forget, that Manchester City defeat was rough. Average, we sold out essentially all season long, so that's really good. 28 players used. That's actually low for me. Usually I'm winning the league in the most players used because I do like to rotate a little bit. Squad dynamics ahead of next season. Peter Cech's leaving. Lorik Koscielny may well be leaving, actually. I'm not sure if we get much money for him. And Mesut Ozil. But yeah, definitely Peter Cech is on his way out. Looks like Welbeck's rejected the chance for MLS as well, which is surprising because I don't know where he thinks he's going to play. So that's that. Let's have a quick look at the squad stats. I know some people said they like to have a look at this. Most appearances, it was Leno in goal, fair enough. Mustafi, 50 appearances though for an outfield player is pretty impressive. Aubameyang, 43, and Socrates, 42. They were sort of out the stalwarts, weren't they, along with Bella in there as well. If we look at goals, 45 goals in 43 games. That is absolutely stunning from Aubameyang. 20 goals for Lacazette, 15 for Welbeck. Like I say, he did well. I'm not saying he didn't do well for us. Maybe I should re-sign him. I'm looking for feedback on that one, guys. Maybe I should re-sign him. I don't know what to do there. Smith Rowe, first year in the first team, and he's gone and got 9 goals from midfield. That's pretty impressive. Ozil with 8, Iwobi with 8. Who else is up there? Socrates is a centre back. Then 5 each for Xhaka, Mustafi, and Milinkovic-Savic. I think he's going to have a big year for us next year, Milinkovic-Savic. So that's pretty impressive. In terms of assists, 18 for Mesut Ozil, 16 for Bellerin from fullback. That is insane as well. Iwobi with 12, Lucas Torreira, and he takes a few corners, so he gets 11 as well. Mkhitaryan with 10, Tini with 9, which is impressive from left back as well. Aubameyang, Smith Rowe, and Lacazette all up there as well, again with Milinkovic-Savic. Splitting evenly goals and assists, that's really impressive from a midfield player, isn't it? If we look at the average ratings, we know that it was Aubameyang that was top. Mesut Ozil, not far behind, 7.52. Then Mustafi, Bellerin, Milinkovic-Savic, Socrates, Iwobi, all above 7.4. It's impressive. Kieran Tierney, Lacazette, Torreira. I mean, look at the list goes on. The players are rating above 7. Smith Rowe, Rob Holding, and Tika. I've got to get these. I'll practice over the off season. But yeah, lots and lots of impressive performers there for us over the course of the year. But guys, that is it for this season. Do not forget, as I say, goal of the season. I'm not sure if it's up there yet, but it'll be up there. Go watch that. And yeah, let me know what you think. If you have enjoyed this video or this season in general, please do hit like. It's been a cracking season, hasn't it? And next year we'll be back, of course, trying to win the Champions League for the first time at the first attempt. And give Arsenal a little bit of taste of the glory that the other big teams in the Premier League have, of course, been tasted. This is going horribly wrong as a conclusion, but we'll stick with it. If you're new, please do subscribe. Welcome aboard and subscribe. Next year it's going to be huge. We are going to, hopefully, do big things. But until then, I've been Aussie Villa. Check out goals of the season, and I will see you ready for next season. Take care.